Hi, boys and girls. All right, for writing this week, you are going to be doing a mini research paper. So you're going to be reading about some Michigan symbols. Now, Michigan has many symbols. We have flower. A flower is a state symbol, a rock, soil, different animals. Over the course of history, our Great Lakes state has adopted symbols that represent our land and our wildlife. So today you're going to pick one of those symbols. I want you to pick one symbol, one Michigan state symbol, and you're going to do some research on it. Now, your choices are the white pine, the apple blossom, the American robin, Kalkaska sand, Petoskey stone, the mastodon, white-tailed deer, painted turtle, the dwarf iris, or the brook trout. Now, you're going to pick one of those. Definitely not all, because that would be way too much. Now, I want to show you something. When you're getting information, there's one resource I want you to use first. Okay, so you're going to pick your symbol, and then you're going to click here, Getting to Know Michigan. And it is going to take you, now it says it's a coloring book. I don't want you to color. I want you to go through, there's a lot of pages, but I want you to pick one Michigan symbol, okay? One Michigan symbol. Now there's a whole lot about Michigan in here, and you are welcome to read it all because there's a lot of interesting things. But I'm gonna go down. Tells you all about Michigan. Here's one Michigan symbol, the state stone, the Petoskey stone. It gives you information to read. The state gem, which is chlorastrolite or green stone, and that's the one I'm going to use today. But if you keep going down, we have the state flower, gives you information on the apple blossom, the wildflower, which is the dwarf iris, our state bird, which is the robin, the state fish, which is the brook trout. So if you notice, that book, Getting to Know Michigan, highlighted in orange, has all the information for these symbols that you can choose from. Okay, and it's not a whole lot of reading. You notice that on each page, there's only about one paragraph of reading. So I am going to choose, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to choose one that's not on your list to model, which is our state gem. Sorry that you have to see this. Okay, which is the chlorastrolite or the green stone. And here's the picture. Remember, it's a coloring book, but I'm not going to use the picture. I'm really interested in the paragraph. So I'm going to take a picture of that. I took a screenshot. It's right here. And I am going to save it to my photos. And let's see, I'm going to put it in. You can save to your photos. I'm going to save, let's see. I don't know what it says. If I click done, there we go. I'm going to click done, save to photos. And then I'm going to go to my attachments. That was the coloring book. I already looked at that. I'm going to go to the Michigan symbols. I'm going to put that into Notability. Everybody's going to be doing the same thing. Done. Right? I'm going to go to my Notability now. Just like you would. Hopefully it is in there. Sometimes it does not go in. Huh. Let's try it again. Notability, create a new note, import, done. Let's see if it worked this time. There we go. Okay, so my Michigan report symbol sheet. Now I have this sheet here, and I want to insert, what I want to do is I want to insert on the third page or somewhere down here that picture of the paragraph. That way I can read it. So let's insert that, all photos. There we go, add. Okay, now I can read it. All right, so the chloroastrolite is a mineral that is formed in association with lava flows. Its common name is greenstone, and it comes from its green color. Typical gems have a pattern of overlapping edges, ranging from yellow-green to almost black. Chloroastrolite is derived from 3 Latin words: chloros, meaning green, aster, meaning star, and lithos, meaning stone. Chloroastrolite was named the official state gem of Michigan with Public Act 56 of 1972. In Michigan, chloroastrolite pebbles can be found on rocky beaches in northern Michigan's Copper Country, particularly Isle Royale. All right, so there's a lot of information there. Let's go back up here. So I am going to write chloroastrolite, or greenstone. Let's see. Or, greenstone. There we go. Okay. Oops, I don't want that. So, and let's read. The chloroastrolite or greenstone is one of the symbols for the state of Michigan. I'm going to put another little text box here. The date it became a symbol. Okay, so now the first box is the date. So I'm going to go back to my reading, and you can use split screen or put the picture right in your document. Whoops. It says in the date it became a symbol was 1972. So I know that it doesn't have the exact date, but I have a year, 1972. So I'm going to say it became a state symbol in 1972. There we go. Okay. Why was it chosen as a symbol for the state of Michigan? Ooh, that's the why. Let's see if this article tells us why. Ready? Let's see. It was named the official state symbol in 1972. It can be found on the rocky beaches of northern Michigan. Well, it's a gem that's found in Michigan, right? So I can say it is a gem. Is a gem that is found in Michigan on the shores of beaches. Okay. So let's describe it. Well, let's see. It said, I remember it saying it was green in color. Now, it needs to be 3 to 5 adjectives. So green is an adjective. Let's see what else it says. It is a mineral that is formed in association with lava flows. Its common name is greenstone, and it comes from its green color. So I wrote green color. Typical gems have a pattern of overlapping edges ranging from yellow-green to almost black. Ooh. All right, so I can say pattern of overlapping edges, yellow to almost black. So it sounds like these gems are green in color, but sometimes that you can find yellow or almost black, probably depending on the minerals in the soil that you find them at. Okay, so I have overlapping edges. Overlapping is an adjective. Yellow, almost black. Those are some more adjectives. So I have 4 adjectives. So that meets my 3 to 5 adjectives to describe that gem. What part of Michigan can you find? Oh, I didn't finish that. What part of Michigan can you find this in. So your symbol. So think of your symbols. Are you going to find it in the Great Lakes? Is it only in one Great Lake? Are you going to find it in the lower peninsula, the upper peninsula, the western side of the lower peninsula, the eastern side, the thumb area? Where will you find your state symbol? Remember, they're symbols, but they are things in nature around Michigan. So as I go back, I'm going to read the same article and see if I can answer that question. It says in the last paragraph that they're found on rocky beaches in northern Michigan's Copper Country, particularly on Isle Royale. Now, so it's in northern Michigan. Copper Country is in the Upper Peninsula. I know that. You may have had to ask an adult that. So feel free to ask questions. So I'm going to say in the Upper Peninsula, and I can say in the Upper Peninsula on the beaches, and I'm going to say Isle Royale. It's particularly on Isle Royale. All right, let's go back down. Whoops, let's look at our next question here. 2 interesting facts. So I thought that it was very interesting that it's formed by lava flows. Because I'm wondering about Michigan and maybe the geography of Michigan. So that was an interesting fact. And then I can also find an interesting fact that the word comes from 3 Latin words. So that might be 2 interesting facts that I have found in my reading. Formed from lava flows, and it says the word has 3 Latin words in it. And I might go back and put some more detail, because remember, I'm going to write a report and talk about the chloro, the astro, and the light and what it means. All right, so I might add some details to that. So these are your notes. Now, you're going to end up writing a report, and this is a mini report, so you're probably only going to have about 1 to 2 paragraphs, and you cannot copy the coloring book. You have to put everything in your own words. So the more detail you have, the better. Notice none of this is in a complete sentence. I just am pulling facts about my Michigan symbol, and my Michigan symbol is the state gem. Okay, so I am actually going to put another text box. I'm going to put state gem. You're probably going to want to jot down, are you doing the state bird, the state reptile? What are you doing? Okay. So that is what you're turning into your teacher today. Now, I want to point something out, because on page 2 it says list your sources. Well, I already list a coloring book, Getting to Know Michigan, right? Right here is what I used and what you're going to use. Now, if I couldn't find all that information, what I did for you is I linked these to websites. So the white pine, you can definitely find information about the white pine in that coloring book, and that's what I want you to use first. But if there's something you don't have, I gave you a website to also look for some more information. The same thing with the apple blossom. It's in that coloring book. It's a really good information, but here's some more information on the apple blossom. Okay, so like, look, this one has facts about the apple blossom. And so if you couldn't find enough facts for your report, you might want to use the facts from this website. So you have plenty of information here. So if you use a website, like let's say I'm doing the painted turtle, I'm going to open that in Safari. And the title would be Celebrate Michigan, Down by the Marsh, Painted Turtles Hatch. And I am going to include the website. You can actually copy and paste that website in. There you go. And then I can just say what was that called? I would double click again, down by the marsh painted turtles, right? Down by the marsh, oops, how about I spell it right? Down by the marsh painted turtles. Okay, and I'm going to look and see if there's an author. Some will have authors, some will not. This one does not. That is all we're going to write for our sources. As you get older, you'll write a little bit more, but if you have either the title of the book, like I did with the coloring book, oops, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm going to move that over. So I had the title of the coloring book, or if you just use a website and put the title of the website, that's all we're going to use today. All right, so boys and girls, that is what you're going to do. Remember, you're going to choose one symbol and you're going to fill out the information sheet to help you write your report tomorrow. Okay, happy writing.